I think the characteristic noise of my streams should be the glass hitting my metal coaster. I really don't understand why Flux doesn't count Quake Champions as a game or a full screen application because it just doesn't make sense, and I have no idea what's causing it. Match killer. Yeah, another one that I could do in one.
You won't even see me coming.
Let's see. Oh, that's not what I want. Enable it later. If I can find any players. Oh, that was quick. Oh, and it's it's one of my favorite maps. I read that as Slash's crotch slide, which sounds, considering the amounts of fan art of her, made me think that that id Software let that one slip in. Maybe not by accident.
Prepare your team. Round begins in
It's rubber banding again.
2, 1. Fight.
I think this may be. I think I know why this might be happening, and it's unfortunate.
Lead lost. Teams are tied. Lead lost.
Oh. Oh, there was another way of dealing with that. I didn't expect him to turn around.
Teams are tied.
I always like that little touch with the twitching tentacle through that,
Teams are tied. Lead taken.
Yeah, don't leave that for me. I don't need it. Well, I actually didn't need it.
Taken.
That's dumb. That was a dumb thing to do.
Teams are tied. Lead taken. Teams are tied.
To say, are we,
Quad. Teams are tied.
were we camping for the quad?
Lead taken. Teams are tied. Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad. Lead taken. Your team has the quad.
They saved your life, buddy. Okay, they're saying... I know it's basically a meme
Teams are tied.
to complain about lag.
Lead taken.
try to sell my life dearly. How did I miss that? It's because I suck, that's why.
The shadows. Impressive. Incoming protection.
It's really hard to dodge the rockets because I swear... I swear they pass right by me. Oh, damn. I swear they pass right by me, and then they hit me anyway.
Teams are tied. Lead taken.
Someone is making the most out of that armor. Alright, so I'm gonna travel with a buddy since I clearly suck. Was this Nyx? I'm pretty sure that's Nyx. That's either Nyx or Athena. I think I'm the only... Nope, I'm not the only Nyx. There's, I'm making those assists is what I'm doing. With my horrendous aim.
Five-minute warning. Incoming quad. Quad spawn.
Grab it.
Your team has the quad.
Oh god, it's your back. Yeah, I just ate that rocket.
Assistant.
Finally!
Drop on me.
I like this track, but it sometimes sounds like it's skipping even though it's not. It was nice riding somebody else's rocket. See, like I felt like that one should hit me. I really wish I got the AMD skin for Nyx, because I wasn't even aware of this game. I was deep in a relationship at the time, and I did not give a damn about video games, unfortunately. Just coincidentally, when I stopped streaming and lost all my viewers the first time around. What a shame. Some bad luck. Never find health pickups when you need them. As a general rule. Ooh, I would have eaten that rocket if its trajectory is a lot. How am I never able to kill you? I always get you down to something ridiculously low and you survive. GG. It's that hat doesn't really fit Nyx, but for some reason it doesn't seem that bad either. I approve. Says it's raining. Wait, did I get them all the first time? It would be cool if I did. I did. I haven't done that in a while. Alright, let's keep moving. I didn't even know if it was going to rain. It's been super rainy where I live. I love it. All the critters love it. They all come out. Even though it's fairly hot, I've never heard them that excited about just being out there. And it's already most of the way through high summer, as I call it. It kind of tapers off in August, and by September you're just kind of waiting for fall.
Vote now.
I'm gonna play Insomnia. I always vote for Blood Covenant, but I think Insomnia is also one that I like. I wouldn't mind playing Blood Covenant again. I like Insomnia because it's one of the few maps that lets you really play a lot with the close-range weapons like shotgun. And this is coming from a novice, but I really like the shotgun. I've always liked shotgun in games. I feel like the assault rifle always overtook or got most of the spotlight compared to everything else. And it's in a very accessible point. Unlike the this gun, which is not in anything close to an accessible point. And it's rubber banding again.
Begins in 3, 2, 1. Fight.
Oh. I'll take a rocket launcher. I'll take a lightning gun. I'm sick of you already. What was that? There was no escape from that. Okay, give me my rocket launcher. Who in their right mind would use a railgun on this map? I'm not... There's only one real spot to use it, and I am not skilled enough to utilize it. I need to learn how to dodge. back when I played Unreal Tournaments, I tried very hard to teach myself how to dodge, and then when the time came, I stopped playing it for some reason. Again, I think that's too many of you. I think what we've learned from this, the most from this, is that you should never enter a relationship, and that you should always just keep playing video games. I'm joking, that's terrible advice. You should, I mean, don't enter a relationship just for the sake of entering.
Teams are tied. They lost.
Don't enter a relationship just for the sake of entering a relationship, but, you know, don't get one just because. I completely missed that announcement. That was actually a useful one. Yeah, I'm not. How do I keep missing you? Another funny thing. I love Quake Wars. I have it installed, but I haven't played it in a while. I was really bummed when they took down the stats page when Activision did. I'm pretty sure it was. What? I remember checking it almost every single day. I was so excited, and then it just disappeared. And they pulled the plug on the main servers, and thankfully, oh, that Strog is insane. Thankfully, you could still have your own server if you want and still run it. How is that possible? He died at the exact time. Finally.
Enemy has the protection.
I don't know if Strog always had the crouch sliding. I thought that was. That was purely Slash's thing. Nice shot. And Strog comes in to ruin everything once again. I didn't know that move made you resistant to damage. Let's go first.
5-minute warning.
I already knew who it was as soon as I saw the purple. Wasn't that a waste? Yeah, they're doing so well because they're traveling as a... Where did you even come from? I thought he jumped. Bilocating or something. Oh, that was a great beating. That was a fantastic beating. I don't know if I can commit to playing this game every day. I just don't have the time. It's actually not that I don't have the time. I absolutely have the option to sit on my ass all day and play this game, but it's just I keep getting distracted by actual real-life substantial things. And I knew about it. I heard about it. I was perfectly aware that there was going to one day be a day when, you know, video games are not going to be as important. But it just seemed much further away. When I could, in between classes, just just jump into a game of natural selection and not really think about it too hard. Those were the days. At least I'm finding plenty of matches and I'm not waiting 4 or 5 minutes for a game. Been streaming for just short of 23 minutes and I've played 2 10-minute matches, so those are pretty good. That's a pretty good ratio. I hate to say it, but Corrupted Keep is my favorite out of all of these. I should have voted for Deep Embrace. I don't think I've played that one for a while. Is that bastard Strog on my team or the enemy team? With my luck, he's on the enemy team. And he's going to absolutely destroy me again. My mouse is... I don't know how to follow very quickly, and despite having a gigantic mouse pad, I will never be used to moving my hand around like that. Okay, the Psycho Strog is on my team. So maybe I won't lose, for once.
Prepare your team. Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Fight.
I'm just gonna follow him and see what he does, so I can learn from the greats. I almost ate a rocket. Yeah, it just seems like he's kind of just hopping around. I officially suck. I lost against a starter gun while holding a rocket launcher. Because I followed him upstairs, that's why that happened.
Teams are tied.
she's good at running away. That's what she's good at doing, which is a useful skill to have. Then. That's nice timing. Strong players are the pro players. I'll say that was... That was a major risk that I just made. By major, I mean stupid. I think the biggest appeal of watching this is how bad could a player possibly be and how many times I can repeat the same mistake. My friend has been trying to teach me how to drive a manual. I'm okay at driving it, but... But certainly not good, and it's because I don't consistently learn with him. I need to set up like manual Mondays or something where he teaches me on Monday. Just every Monday we get together and I destroy his clutch that I'm going to pay to replace. I think... Oh, somebody is using somebody's feelings are hurt. They're not getting the power-ups. Hoping to type in the retort, but it's been too much time. I was gonna say something like you should go into marriage counseling with that guy or something. And stuck on geometry again. Oh, I accidentally killed him. In part because he's using the tri-shot and nobody knows how to use that weapon. Somebody's attempt to make the grenade launcher useful. Now, how I messed that one up is beyond me. For some reason, this prancing Snorlag is the one that I can't take down. again, not what I wanted to do. I think I recently reached, I think, 200 hours on this game, which is most clearly... not enough to learn. HP my ass.
Protection spawned. Your team has the protection. You win.
Mr. Clown. He... it's quite clear who was the winner there. Completely carried us. If I could consistently get into third place out of 4, I would be happy. I would be very, very happy. I just noticed that alien-like statue. I know these are supposed to be realms that these things have conquered and turned into arenas, but I can't help but think that these are just all Quake maps.
Shadows hide me.
Prepare your team. Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Fight. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Lead taken. Teams are tied. Lead taken. Teams are tied.
I need to learn to stop running into rockets. That was that was a needless death.
Teams are tied. Lost. Teams are tied. Lead lost. Teams are tied.
I'm going to grab this railgun for no real reason.
Teams are tied. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Lead taken. Teams are tied. Lead lost. Incoming quad. Teams are tied. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Lead taken. Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad. Teams are tied. Stopwatch. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Lead lost.
Where?
Your team has the quad. Teams are tied. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Enemy has the quad.
Stupid double jump coward.
Teams are tied. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Lead lost. Point blank. Teams are tied. Lead taken.
To say, how did that not kill you? I wish I was more of a gamer back in the 90s. There's so much more appreciation to be had and actually getting stuff to work. I have some... That was a dumb thing to do. I have some old hardware that I am terrified of turning on at this point because I'm afraid that the PSUs are just way too old to function.
Lead taken. Teams are tied.
I'd love to do non-stream. Well, you know what? Why couldn't it be a streaming video?
Incoming protection.
I mean, parts of it is I'm going to need an actual real camera so that I can stream two things at once.
Team has the protection.
That would be nice. Actually make real content. That's the one thing I miss about playing Slash, is that one ability. Nice name. Nice name. The community has been getting really negative lately. I remember when I first discovered this game in late 2019. The community was pretty nice.
Assistant.
Lately the community has been pretty garbage.
5-minute warning. Incoming quad. Quad spawn. Enemy has the quad.
Oh, how do we miss that?
Your team has the quad.
We both missed that. We both suck. I swear it always seems to lag a fraction of a second before I die. And I could really use that fraction of a second to react. Also, my ally who keeps getting his melee weapon out, that I can't remember what it's called, like the cutter or whatever. Yeah, I get angry about getting stuck on geometry as well. I know exactly what that feels like. Oh, at least we won. How bad is my KD? Yeah, it's not the worst, but it's not great. Not great. Dawn of War 2 came out on GOG, and it was an instant... Dawn of War... Did I say Dawn of War 2? Yes, Dawn of War 2. They both came out. That was an instant buy for me. I am kind of...
Vote now.
a little bit annoyed that it does not have LAN. It's fine. It's having a non-DRM copy of any kind of that game is nice. I would rather just have the single player. Honestly, I kind of prefer a good single player experience, because just being able to play and not deal with multiplayer. Multiplayer is fun, but the landscape has changed. I really got into multiplayer in the mid 2000s, and it was different back then. I suppose people got into it. This rubber banding. Who got into it earlier than that would say the same thing. I mean, everything changes. I hear you, but where are you?
Prepare your team.
I want to prepare my team.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Fight.
I prepared by ending my life.
Lead lost.
I remember there was a game that I played, I think, a couple of days ago, where I think I had about 5 suicides. What was with that? My team just ran past that guy while I was taking him on by myself. Probably because they were smart. Oh, I thought he was gonna hit the... That would have been perfect if I had been able to switch in time. I thought he was aiming to hit the button. I would have been impressed if he managed that.
Incoming quad.
This is another map where the shotgun is actually a pretty decent choice. Just camping the quad damage.
Enemy has the quad.
That is not... Come on, team, I'm trying! Where are you?
Fight me.
Stopwatch.
Shadows hide me.
Just not having a good time. Oh, come on. They're just at this point, they're just camping all the good spots. Oh, there were 3 of them there. Oh yay, I killed one.
Incoming protection. toxin spawned. Enemy has the protection.
Did the other guy just do no damage? I mean, I realize I have a shitty gun. Do everybody a favor and do that. That's the second time. Fortunately, I'm not the only shitty one, but I've seen them. I swear they're not doing any damage to them. I'm the only one actually hitting them.
Enemy has the quad.
This awful, it probably would have been a this is a massacre. At least I learned to hit a stationary target.
You scum.
Again, it just seems the netcode is a little spotty because it makes dodging a lot harder. I'm not even able to pick up a weapon at this point before dying. Oh man, that was awful. I don't even want to look at that. That was horrible. I'm just waiting for one of my streams to show up on how not to play Quake Champions compilation. I think after that match, everybody decided to go home, and I don't blame them. I'm holding up a. I'm looking at a copy of Pokemon. The the box for Pokemon Crystal in my hand, and on the back it says, "Basic reading ability is needed to fully enjoy this game." I've never tried to use the infrared capability on Pokemon Color because all my friends had the original Game Boy Colors. And unfortunately, the Analog Pocket does not have an infrared reader. Probably for obvious reasons. It does have the link cable connector, I believe. Yes, it does. It does have a link cable connector. This thing is so much heavier.
Vote now.
Rose of Sarnath? I want that Dopefish backpack. I think I actually might have had it. I don't remember if it's a rank reward or what. I have the worst reaction time.
Prepare your team. Round begins.
The reason is because instead of moving my hand, I move my wrist, and that's always going to be a weakness because I've never learned how to do it comfortably by doing that. Because I've always had tiny mouse pads. Oh, that was overkill. I love this game. I try to get myself to do it the right way. But as soon as the trouble starts, I start rotating. I start turning my wrist instead of my hand.
Incoming quad.
Every single time. It doesn't help that I have a lot of junk on my
Enemy has the quad.
junk on my desk that needs to be cleaned up. So and this is definitely a game where you need to be able to have
Enemy has the quad.
full free range for your hand.
Enemy has the quad.
Oh, I even saw I wasn't gonna hit that as soon as I right before I even pulled the trigger.
From the grave.
washed up.
Stopwatch. Incoming protection.
Really persistent about killing me. I guess I'm just an easy target. I mean, I guess that's it. You can't really tell who really is a cheater or who isn't. I should have jumped into the swamp. One day I'll have enough mousepad to play. I presently have a Game Boy Color and an any. That was not the gun that I thought I had. There's a lot of them. I'm picking...
Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad.
You don't know what honorable means.
Today's gameplay kind of sucks. This is the worst round of my life. Just everybody just bitching about somebody cheating, everybody having annoying names. GG. Which TV lol lols. Oh, is that an actual Twitch account? I have to see this. I have to see this. Wow, he actually is streaming it. He actually is. He's actually streaming his aimbotting. I didn't realize. I thought it was people complaining, but he's actually streaming his aimbotting. I don't know what to say about that.
Vote now.
Actually, I need to check something. Something's not right.
Prepare your team. Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Fight. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Lead lost.
Is Maidenless actually some sort of slang that I'm unaware of? I want to learn how to use the tri-shot. Oh, I actually killed something with it.
Incoming quad. Lead taken. Teams are tied. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Lead lost. Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad.
I'm impressed with myself. I really am.
Teams are tied. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Evasive. Lead lost.
That was a risky move, but it sure paid off for him. If he could tell that I was just a shitty player. That was an interesting move. I got you.
Tank.
That was a mistake. That was an awful, awful mistake.
Incoming protection. Protection spawned. Your team has the protection. Stalker. Your team has the protection.
I think
The protection.
I think that bastard was trying to
Teams are
I think he was
tied.
trying to launch his he has so much health. I think he was trying to launch his drone, is what I'm...
Teams are tied. Lead lost.
Just a fraction of a second more, I would have made it. Also, I think the sound is freaking out. It's like half the sounds are not playing.
Lead taken. 5-minute warning. Teams are tied. Lead lost. Teams are tied. Lead taken. Teams are tied. Incoming quad. Lead lost. Quad spawned. Your team has the quad. Teams are tied. Lead taken. Revenge.
For some reason, this map makes me think of either a Dark Souls or an Elden Ring map. I don't know why. Today.
Assistant.
How are you still alive? Those were two near direct rocket hits and a grazing one.
Incoming protection. Protection spawned. Your team has the protection.
I usually...
You win.
Oh. Oh, we won! I like that skin for, I can't remember what his name is. Scale bearer? I think I'll play one more game. Oh, what a map to end on. Ah, well, I said I'm going to play one more map, so I'm going to play one more map. Be right back, wait until this loads. Alright, and I'm back, and I'm refreshed, and I'm ready to go again. I should actually start adding some entertainment value between these things. I think I would only get an opportunity to do that with multiplayer games, and I'm trying to wean myself off of those, unsuccessfully. But my thought would be, for instance, I'm trying to think of interesting stories I had when I worked for some really tragic places, mostly restaurants. One that stands out is I remember. Oh, that's Is everything okay with my side of things? Yeah, everything seems to be fine on my side of things. It's the game. Okay, well, let's try everything just to ensure that my gameplay is unfun as possible. It may be down for maintenance, which if that's the case, that's fine. Anyway, I had a coworker. I remember. So I think she did drugs or something, and she was just really erratic. She. All right, so she had been acting especially erratic up to a point, and I was on my way out when I saw her come in for her shift, and the next day I heard that at some point she started complaining that she was feeling really hot or something like that, and she decided that the best way to handle this would be to go into the parking lot in her car and just completely strip down to her underwear, and she was just hanging out inside of her car in her underwear. And two of my other coworkers found her and said, and just they didn't know what to do. They just went back inside. My boss heard about it, and the next day he was talking about it to another coworker, and he was so angry about it. He told her he told her to stay home.
Round begins in
And curiously enough, her response to this was to ask for a week off, which frankly may have been a good choice. Because I don't know how I would respond to that. Try and think of more stories. It's just things that I've just pushed back to the periphery of my mind, and I've never had the reason to bring it up to most normal people. Oh. The food industry also has some really delicate workers. I admit that I'm kind of a weirdo and I say weird things.
Incoming quad.
Mostly just make really crazy jokes. That would barely be considered normal.
Quad spawned. Your team has acquired.
Oh, that was... I don't know what to think of that. I had a boss that got mad because... they were supposed to be training a new server, but the guy training him was just this older former coke addict. You're gonna notice a lot of drugs in stories about restaurants. But he was a former coke addict. And he just was really slow and pretty lethargic and generally disinterested, and I had this weird, intense hatred for homeless people. Anyway, we got really busy, and he just kept trying... He kept focusing on how to use the POS machine, which for some reason the older guy training him thought was hard. And it was clear that the younger trainee was getting bored because, you know, if you can use a website, you can use this POS system because it's if you can navigate a web page, you can use the POS system. It's not difficult. There are some things that you would need experience to know how to do, and you know, have a general familiarity with each different type of POS system, but frankly, they're all about the same. But when we got busy, I decided to take this guy's training over, which, you know, admittedly was stepping over my bounds. There was a pretty strict hierarchy at this place. And maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I just didn't. It was just a mess, and I didn't want to leave us in a bad position. So I started telling him what to do, how to do it, just giving him a crash course on, you know, actual things that would be useful for him in this job. And to be frank, what pissed him off, what pissed my boss off was not that I did this, but that I asked to do it. That I actually pointed out, that I, you know, asked to usurp his authority. And when he didn't answer me, he just kind of crossed his arms when I said, "Hey, can we have our trainee do something else? Maybe be a little bit helpful? Actually be useful to the restaurant?" He just crossed his arms and looked at me and didn't answer. You know, just typical weird behavior. I believe the night went well because of it. I think I actually did something useful and helpful, which, you know, after this, I never did this ever again because it made me realize that a lot of small business owners are really fragile when it comes to their authority because they have none. It's a small business. You're not going to be banned from... corporate isn't going to ban you from working at the one location. And it's not just me. I've had other people share the exact same experiences with me. The assistant manager passively got me reprimanded me. He's like, "Hey, girl, you probably shouldn't be doing this." Made the boss really upset. I'm like, "Yeah, I figured I would make him upset by being useful." And again, I understand. I usurped my authority. But I don't really understand. I mean, I guess he never really complained about people never putting in the, you know, the mythical 110% into the job that they're never going to get extra for doing so. I think all he really wanted is for people to come on time and do their job. Most of the customers there were actually okay. The job was surprisingly not high earning, despite what kind of place it was. Mostly because they overstaffed. This is another common issue with jobs that aren't where you don't get paid hourly or whatever, where your employer is actually in charge of paying you. Then all of a sudden they become all about efficiency. Anyway, that place went after a few years after I left. I find that flexibility helps a workplace survive. I'm not saying you should let the workers do whatever you want, but trying to micromanage everything and punishing any sort of self-will, especially when management is not willing to deal with certain problems, is not going to help your business. I will say that the place that did allow more freedom and did have a less rigid structure had the crazier stories. The same place that I was talking about, for whatever reason in the world, management was just terrified of firing people. Oh, just inches away. Obviously, I'm not going to name any of these places, but if somebody actually works there, they could absolutely identify all of this information. It should not be difficult. Oh, I thought I had the shotgun.
Teams are tied. Lead lost.
By far, all the worst small businesses I've ever worked in were restaurants, because it's so easy. It's so easy to open up, just it's the concept. If you actually I know there's expertise, but among everything, businesses are probably food service is the easier ones because everybody wants to eat. It's a little bit more difficult to get into. Oh man, I'm worse than the AI, although I think he may have quit. A few years. I don't know how we won that. That was one of the slowest matches. Anyway, after my experiences in food service, I knew that, and just some other experiences with entry-level tech positions, I realized that I wanted to start my own business if I was going to do anything, or have my own projects, be self-employed, whatever, because I don't know if I can take an entire lifetime of that. Again, there's some places that I worked in that were great. Or, as great as they could be, the people involved were doing their best and making the best of bad situations, and that's anywhere. Man, it's just you either have to, if you're going to micromanage, you have to know what you're doing. That was quick. Trying to think of more fun stories that justify this. They're blocking the models. Thinking of some stories that justify this warbling. Not long after I left that place where I was reprimanded for using my brain, there was they hired this weirdo who just decided he was a DJ, and he was going to, and he'd play the. He would play his homebrew dubstep during food service, and he would get on the nerves of the insane chef that we had that worked that place.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1.
He was actually a decent guy when you got to know him, but for some reason at work he would just act really impulsive and angry. Oh, this is deathmatch. What were you up to?
Stopwatch. Lead lost. The shadows. Take it. Lead tied. Lead lost.
Well, that was embarrassing.
Incoming quad.
Why are they all targeting me?
Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad.
I don't understand how the armor works in this game. He must have grabbed some health or something, because he should have been dead after that. Shotgun was the best solution to that particular moment.
Stopwatch. Tank.
I would usually, when I'm trying to get the daily objectives, I would turn off the games that require you to like deathmatch, because it was impossible to win a match. Because I mean, I'll admit it, I'm just not good enough.
This changes anything.
I mean, I got better. What am I doing?
Protection spawned. Enemy has the protection. Slipped.
like I ate a bit of a rocket. Theoretically, it should be easier to get in deathmatch because all you have to do is find an existing fight and get into it. At least for Nyx. That's the strategy. It would have been fun if that actually hit them. Which one of you has the quad?
Enemy has the quad.
That was a complete miss. He rocketed up the ranking like that. Trying to find the best use case for this thing because it seems that it's more of a threat to you than anybody you that you're trying to shoot using this weapon. And I'm rapidly collapsing down the ranks.
Enemy has the protection.
Oh, everybody just avoided me while I was like that. What's the frag limit? 50? In the standard game?
1 minute warning.
Shadows hide me.
Well, at least I breached 20, which is more than I usually get.
Quad spawn. Enemy has the quad. Eighth place.
Did I really fall to the very bottom? I went from top to bottom. It's towards the end where I really got hit really badly. Which is okay. That's why I don't play team, and that's why I don't play deathmatch by myself, because I always I don't. It doesn't. It just doesn't I don't know why. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what I'm doing wrong, but for some reason I just cannot. I cannot ever acclimate to it, and it's part of it is because I don't play. I don't play frequently enough. There's just a lot of little factors, but for some reason I just I think I just play too many games. There are people who just play a single game and they have hundreds and thousands of hours, but for some reason I keep doing the same thing. Part of it is because I have a lot of other things that I do, so I never quite specialize in anything, but I know what needs to be done. Trying to think of another fun story. Oh yeah, I had a coworker who got fired because he tried to confront this group of women who went inside the restaurant and they started saying how they weren't gonna tip anyone because the place looks really ghetto. And my coworker decided that he was going to confront them. And he did, and they got really upset, and out of all things, he got fired for that.
Vote now.
Obviously, he came back, because he's... It's just, again, there's a lot of inconsistency. I've had coworkers who would call off several times a week after week, and they wouldn't get fired. I didn't complain because it meant more money opportunities for me, but it was always funny. It taught you to like having the opportunity to work. This map again is part of the issue is just this map I don't get for back to team deathmatch. Not that it matters much. Another thing you notice is how compartmentalized a lot of knowledge is. Small business owners might be, they might be good cooks or whatever, but they're absolutely terrible at managing or running a business. I think I remember reading an article how the tech field has especially a bad problem with not knowing how to interview. But I think that's pretty much everywhere, because I've seen... many situations where I would watch an interview and the person being interviewed was clearly lying, and my managers just went along with it. And they were utterly surprised when the new hire didn't work out, because it turned out they lied about everything. And if you ever talk to another human being, you would be able to tell that they lied. Or that they're clearly stroking your ego. That's also... That's also a common one. Well, I'm proud of myself for at least knocking out the quad out of his hands.
You don't know what honorable means.
Get back here! Wasn't gonna let you escape. I don't care what the costs were. Shame. That's always a rough place. You're taking a lot of risk going up on the lift. Surprised that that's not what actually killed me. Firing rockets uphill is never going to be successful, but that's not going to stop me from trying it for whatever reason. I actually got killed by that thing. I feel so boring because the thing that I tend to have very decent accuracy is, with which I have the best accuracy are just standard guns. Gift Klesk.
5-minute warning. Incoming quad.
Oh, 0.6 KDR. Top of the, top of the list, top on my team. That's always a good sign.
Now you see, now you don't.
Well, that was actually pretty perfect. They just keep dropping. Stay with me. Oh, that's this. This is not good. I'll never get tired of how the voice lines keep breaking up. It's like an issue with the voice. I've heard it's an issue with the voice channels. Just the game, the engine does not allow for the proper amounts of voice channels for it to run properly, which is strange because it doesn't seem to affect any other sound aspect of the game. Okay, we're into hour 2, and that was a pretty brutal defeat. I did have 2 drops. Okay, let me think. I think this is the most I've played in a while. Oh wait, no, I think I streamed, I think, almost 3 hours a couple of weeks back. I think I'm way too tired. I'm gonna leave with one more story I can think of that stands out. Yeah, I had a customer who had a seizure or something like that. She was convulsing really badly to the point where she fell out of her. She fell out of her chair. We called the paramedics, and one thing I noticed is the husband just could not seem to care. He just didn't. He. I remember my assistant manager was talking to him, and he said he just kept bringing up random things with his family and his social circle, and he didn't really seem at all concerned about his wife, and that was really sad. It was really strange, and she seemed. I mean, maybe it was shock, and he just didn't know how to react. It was just weird. That was more of a customer story. I have a lot of customer stories. I'm not sure which ones are which ones are funnier, the customer stories or the client stories. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to actually get some sleep because I actually accomplished all my objectives for the day. Anyway, thank you for watching. I may stream some more this week, depending on how well time management is. So thank you for watching and see you next time.